Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and take a look at qualifying real quick. Jay Hollyhead, top of 250 with a 59.0, followed by Johan, Reese, Daniel Olson, Lois Gorin, Thomas Bento, Carson West, Alex Kerr, Trevor Spencer, and Tristan Powell rounding out the top 10. 450, Nathan Prim with a 58.4, followed by Yannick Bloom, Austin Eklund, Clint Martin, Riley Hewen, Trevor Burns, Johnny Padani, Andonia Escura, Braden Carter, and Logan Heagney. Quick look at the point standings. Give me 1 second. Thomas Bento is your 250 points leader. I'm not even going to bother going through that because it shows today's results. So we're just going to go ahead and go into the race. On the gate for 250 main event is Brett Powers, Max Spokes, Thomas Bento, Chad Paulson, Jose Fomador, Nathan Goman, Lucas King, Carson West, Evan Holt, Sonny Spicer, Johan Bordieu, Magnus Gregerson, Loris Modard, Joshua Dalglish, Brody Jenner, Jonathan Hewitt, Alex Griffiths, Juan Gomez, Tristan Powell, Brandon Holmes, Trevor Spencer is the last rider. Okay. Let's jump straight into it. Gonna go on board with Johan on the start on the far inside. And the gate is down for the 250 main event as we see a poor start from Johan. It looks like he loops out as a big pileup in the first turn, and it looks like it was Juan that got the whole shot, but Thomas Bento is going to start out front, followed by Brody Jenner. Nathan Hewitt goes down. Johan actually gets third place after a really poor jump out of the gate. Max Spokes, Brandon Holmes, Juan Gomez, Lucas King, Alex Griffiths, Tristan Powell, Magnus Gregerson, Loris Modard, and Sonny Spicer. Back up to the front, Bento has already gotten himself a little bit of a lead as Max Spokes has moved up into second, followed by Brandon Holmes and Juan Gomez as Lucas King makes a move up the inside. As a pile-up on the tabletop behind them, looks like that was maybe Trevor Spencer or Alex Griffiths and Johan Bordieu. As Bento going across the start straight, already has a little bit of a lead built up. Looking to start pulling away and checking out. And as you see, he does just have the white plate. I believe Johan's the points leader. Don't believe there's an update for a red plate for him, if I'm not mistaken. As Bento is out front and cruising. Max Spokes holding down second place. Juan Gomez in third. Magnus Gregerson fourth. Lucas King fifth, making a mistake is going to get passed by Loris Modard, who moves up into fifth. Lucas King falls back to sixth. Tristan Powell in seventh. Brandon Holmes eighth. Sonny Spicer in ninth. And Trevor Spencer in 10th. It looks like we have a change for second. It looks like Juan Gomes has gotten by. Lois Modard moves up into third. Lucas King into fourth. Tristan Powell fifth. Spokes falls back to sixth. This is battling with Brandon Holmes, who actually gets... Nope. And they hold their position after a mistake in the corner. This Holmes looking to make a pass on the outside. The inside being the predominant line in the sand section allows Max Spokes to hold on to his position over Brandon Holmes. As it looks like both of them get pied Tristan Powell, but Tristan able to battle back up the inside of Brandon, who gets the rhythm section clean. Max Spokes a little mistake in the corner, but still able to stay on two wheels. Back out front with Thomas Bento, who's already had a sizable lead over second place. As Max Spokes has moved back up into 4th place, getting by, looks like Lucas King made a mistake. As this battle for, it looks like this battle for 5th. I'll be streaming NA and AU all the rounds, yes. Back out front with Thomas Bento, who, again, a very sizable lead, grown to 10 seconds. Pace looks to be 102, 103 lap times. Juan Gomez coming through the whoops looking clean, as they've already put riders a lap down. Loris Modard looking good in 3rd. Brandon Holmes moves up into 4th, followed by Trevor Spencer, who actually gets by and gets into 4th, forcing Brandon Holmes back to 5th. Carson West moves up to 6th. Max Spokes and Tristan Power down to 7th and 8th. That's going to allow Joshua Douglas to get into the fight with it, along with Lucas King, Johan Forteu, and Sonny Spicer, as someone makes a mistake in the corner that looked to be Joshua Douglas. Checking in with your leader, looking smooth. Looks like he lost a little bit of his gap to Juan, but not too much. Still manageable for him. Same with the gap to Loris in 3rd. Trevor Spencer on the BPC Kawasaki, the Monster Energy Kawasaki replica bike. Looking good around the track. There's a battle behind him for the, I believe this is 5th place. Yep. With Brandon Holmes and Carson West. As Loris Modar goes down off the side of the track, so that's going to allow West and Holmes to move up a spot each. As that was a lapper that went down. All 3 riders able to make it through nice and clean. Tristan Powell looking smooth on the track, just trying to get around, make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. Johan moves up into the 8th position, finally getting inside the top 10 a few laps in. Magnus Gregerson and Sonny Spicer battling for the 9th place position, along with Max Spokes, who's in 10th, or in 11th, I'm sorry. Alex Griffiths in 12th, Joshua Douglas falls back to 13th, Evan Holt in 14th, Jonathan Hewitt in 15th. Lucas King 16th, about to be lapped by, looks like the leader Thomas Bento behind him. Back out front with Thomas, as 2 riders are down in the corner. Both going to let him by. Little mistake in the corner, but still managing. He looks to have a little bit bigger of a lead over Juan, maybe around 12 to 13 seconds, maybe even more. Looking really comfortable on the track, not making too many mistakes. And what mistakes he does make are very minute. Juan looking good as well. Really good ride for him after last week's performance. Trevor Spencer holding down 3rd place. Carson West still in 4th. Modard in 5th. Johan makes a mistake on the wall in 6th place. Has to go off track. Rejoins safely. Tristan Powell moved up into 7th. Brandon Holmes falls back to 8th. Magnus Gregerson down in 10th now as Alex Griffiths goes by. And Sonny Spicer. Evan Holt makes it by. Jonathan Hewitt. Back up front with your leader, who looks like he's going to be coming up on this pack of riders here soon. as his lead has grown to 22.5 seconds now over Trevor Spencer after looks like Juan Gomez has finally made a mistake, allowing Carson West and Trevor Spencer by. So Thomas can put the bike in cruise control and just chill out for the last 6 minutes of this main event. Yes, it is. Small mistake coming out of the corner before the whoops. Still able to get through him nice and clean. Trevor Spencer and Carson West battling hard for the second place position. They've been back and forth with each other the entire main so far. Little slow up by Trevor. Ends up causing him to slow down behind him. Coming up on a lapped rider. Lapped rider decides to go outside as Trevor Spencer makes a mistake on the inside rut. That's going to let Carson West by as he cuts the wall. Not too sure how that'll look on the final race results. As we see, Juan hasn't really fallen off all too much, but doing the slower line in the rhythm section is definitely costing him a little bit of time as Loris Modard is able to hit the rhythm clean. Same with Johan Bordy, who makes a mistake in the corner and is forced to roll the double. Brandon Holmes a little far back, is not going to be able to capitalize on the mistake, along with Tristan Powell and Max Spokes coming up behind him. He makes a small mistake entering the corner. Joshua Douglas moves his way up into, I believe that is the 10th place spot. Alex Griffiths in 11th. Back out front with your leader, we'll take a look at lap times. Around a 102 pace is what they ended up falling into, along with the E-Road, making this track a little bit faster. Looks like they're coming around Max Spokes. I can't tell. I believe that's Sonny Spicer, or it is... Yeah, that is Sonny Spicer that he's coming up on lapping as they both take the outside. Sonny trying to be a good lapper and get out of the way. Ends up taking the same line as Thomas. But they have actually lapped... I believe that's 11th they just lapped. Yeah. So he's already lapped up to 11th and gaining on the top 10 as a huge group of riders are down. Back to Carson West, who moved up into second, Loris Modard into third, and Trevor Spencer falls back to fourth as Johan Bordieu runs into his rear end over the wall in fifth. Juan Gomes in sixth, Brandon Holmes seventh, Tristan Powell eighth, Douglas in 9th, and Griffiths in 10th. As I believe they've already been lapped by the leader. Which, if I'm not mistaken... No, they haven't. Looks like Bento made a mistake and they are able to get back by... No. He ran his fastest lap of the race last lap with a 1:02.0. Little mistake casing, but still able to get through the rhythm. Carson West making a mistake, but Trevor Spencer too far back to be able to capitalize. Johan Bordieu makes a mistake and gets into Loris Modard, but Modard's able to get through. Johan falls back a little bit and gets into the grasp of Juan Gomes, or Gomez. We'll go on board with Thomas Bento this lap with a 28.8 second lead. As he is getting that triple quad triple really fast over the people that are still having to go either triple or double triple into the rhythm section. Puts down a 101.6. Really good lap by Thomas Bento. Carson West still holding on over Trevor Spencer. Gap has shrunk a little bit, but not too bad. Back to Modard in 4th. 40U in 5th. Juan Gomes 6th. Not too far back off of that top 5 position. Tristan Powell moves up into, they're still holding on to 7th. Brandon Holmes along with him in 8th. Alex Griffiths moved up into 9th as he just got lapped by, Bento. Sonny Spicer holding on to 10th place. Jonathan Hewitt moves up into 11th. Max Spokes in 12th. Jumping off the side of the track, but still being able to get through that rhythm. Magnus Gregerson, Evan Holt, Chad Paulson, Jose Fomador, Brody Jenner, Nathan Goman, and Brett Powers and Lucas King decided to call it early. As coming to the white flag, Thomas Bento with a 28.5 second lead still. No issues out of him. Having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic, but nothing too bad as the lapper jumps off the side of the track. As Bento goes down, still too far back for Carson West, but gonna make the stat sheet look a little bit worse for him. Still nothing to complain about, being in the lead by 20 seconds. As a lapped rider goes down. Nope. Off the side of the track again. And through the whoops for the final time for this 250 class. And Thomas Bento will be your 250 main event winner in the AU division. Carson West still holding on for that second place spot over Trevor Spencer. It looks like the leader lapped up to 9th place. Carson West follows in 2nd. Trevor Spencer falls into 3rd. Johan with a good salvage ride ends up in 4th. Juan Gomes down after the whoops. That's going to open the door for Loris Modard, who looks like he's going to be able to get by. Bar banging across the finish. Juan's going to get 5th. Modard 6th. Tristan Powell still in 7th as Joshua Doglish is down behind him. As long as he can get through this whoop section, it shouldn't be an issue with him holding down his finishing position. 7th place for Tristan Powell. And Joshua Doglish will end up in 8th. Brandon Holmes in 9th. Alex Griffiths 10th. Sonny Spicer 11th. Max Spokes 12th. Jonathan Hewitt 13th, I'm sorry. Magnus Gregerson in 14th. Evan Holt 15th. Jose Fomador 16th. Chad Paulson 17th. Brody Jenner in 18th. Juan Goman in 19th. And Lucas King and Brett Powers rounding out 20th and 21st. See if there's any position changes, as Juan Gomes has fallen back to 6th place, giving up the spot to Lois Modard. Tristan Powell holds on. Joshua Douglas. Brandon Holmes falls back to 10th, allowing Alex Griffiths to get into 9th. And Jonathan Hewitt 11th. Max Boakes in 12th. Magnus Gregerson falls to 14th. Sonny Spicer in 13th. And we're going to go to a brief intermission between the races, as I need to restart my game in between each one to allow skins to reload properly. A little bit better. Okay. And on the gate for our 450 main event, we have Yannick Hansen, Nico Marchini, Cody Saunderson, Logan Heagney, Tristan Williams, Magnus Hostrup, Nathan Prynn, Aaron Rockefeller, Clint Martin, Pablo Vial, Trevor Burns, Brody Barton, Yannick Bloom, Austin Eklund, Riley Hewen, Johnny Padani, Dale Mullins, Joel Jarnup, last name Jimenez, can't pronounce the first one, Jack Mark, Jake Bedford, Braden Carter is your 450 main event. And we'll go on board with Braden Carter to start this one off. I downloaded everything posted on the EMF skins thread on the forums. If it's not there, I do not have it. As Carter it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller getting the full shot. Followed by Pablo Vial, Giannick Bloom, Jimenez, Padani making a move up the inside, does not make it stick. Back out front with Aaron Rockefeller. We don't see a whole lot of 450 riders even hitting the triple in that corner, going into that corner. Which is surprising because it is a little bit slower to go double, triple, single. Rockefeller cases the quad just a little bit and makes a mistake in the corner. Vial's in second, Bloom third, Jimenez fourth, Heagney fifth, Trevor Burns in sixth, Jack Mark seventh, Braden Carter in eighth, Dale Mullins ninth, and Marchini in 10th. Back out front with your leader, Aaron Rockefeller. And we'll go back to full screen. Burns is up into third as Bloom's fall is still in fourth. Carter moves up to 5th. Dale Mullins moves up to 6th. Marcini up into 7th. Logan Heagney is basically invisible. Jack Mark shows as in the 8th place position. Jimenez shows in 9th. And no, that was us. Oh, Logan Heagney's internet's gone out. And he missed a timing gate. So Austin Eklund holds down 10th place right now, followed by Magnus Hostra. Bloom's moved up to 3rd, Carter up into 4th, Dale 5th, Burns falls back to 6th now. Braden Carter getting a little sketchy through the whoop section. As Rockefeller's made a mistake, that's going to allow Bloom to get up into 1st. Rockefeller falls back into 2nd, and Vial's in 3rd. As Carter falls back in line, looking like he was going to make a move up the inside. Looks like Carter's going to get the pass on Vial, but Vial makes the move back up the inside. Carter cuts down and is able to get him through the whoops, but gets a fall off at the end of the whoops. Rockefeller moves up into 2nd. Vial falls back into 3rd. Trevor Burns moves up into 4th. Carter still gets up in 5th, not losing too much time. Eckman's up into 6th. Dale falls back to 7th. Marcini in 8th. Mark in 9th. And Hansen in 11th, or in 10th, I'm sorry. Riley Hewen's back in 12th after a fairly decent performance in round 1. I'd expect him to be further up into this running order. Then with Clint Martin, who finished inside the top 10 in the first round, but back outside the top 10. With Cody Saunderson putting him on the ground, that's going to allow Nathan Friend to get by on the underground RC Honda with the number 1 red plate backing. As Rockefeller makes a very big mistake, but somehow doesn't go down, that's going to allow Trevor Burns and Pablo Vial to get by. As Yannick's looking very comfortable out front on the JRBR Co. ATM. Trevor Burns looks like he's coming up on lapping Johnny Padani. Padani makes a little mistake going out of the whoop section. Rockefeller's still able to recover into 4th place. Carter's still holding on to 5th. Looks like he's starting to charge a little bit, try to get up to that 4th place position. Eklund's still in 6th. Marcini moves up into 7th. Hansen falls back to 9th after Dale gets back into 8th. And Jimenez gets into 10th. Riley Hewen right behind, though, in the 11th place spot. Nathan Prin very close by in the 12th spot. I don't believe he is the red plate holder for this series. but maybe wrong. I'm not sure why nobody's running their correct stuff then. Bloom still up front. Vial moves up into second. Rockefeller in third. Carter making the pass to third after he goes. Not even sure what line that was. Going look like double, quad, double. Aaron Rockefeller moves back into third place after that. Oakland goes down in fourth, falling back to fifth. That's going to allow Trevor Burns back by, along with Nico Marcini moving up into that. I believe that's sixth place. Dale Mullins in seventh. And I have some intel that Austin Oakland is riding with bent bars at the moment. Not looking too good on the bike maintenance for that Galaxy Yamaha. And I believe the EVP Yamaha Trevor Burns is on. Forgot to switch out his rear tire. Still running a sand paddle. Back out front with Bloom, who's grown to an 8-second lead. As Braden Carter's moved up into third, still followed by Aaron Rockefeller close behind. Aaron really not letting go. I'd assume Carter's pace would be a little bit better, but if Aaron Rockefeller is able to keep up with him, then he must be a little bit off pace. As Rockefeller makes a little bit of a mistake coming out of the sand section. Trevor Burns still holding on to, I believe that is fifth. Yeah. Austin Oakland still in sixth. Nico Marcini getting passed by Nathan Print for seventh. Dale Mullins in ninth. And Jimenez in 10th. As he gets into a lapped rider, that's going to allow Riley Hewen to get up into 10th. Back out front with your leader, and we'll go on board with him. As he's electing to go double, triple, single into the corner. Knowing very well that on a 450, the triple, triple isn't the most difficult thing. I guess it is more of a consistency issue with the suspension. He doesn't get the quad this lap, that's going to make him lose a little bit of time, not too much. Gonna have to avoid a lapper in the last corner. Comes across the line with a 1:03, just kind of cruising. Carter moved up into second, getting by Vial, who's battling with Aaron Rockefeller for that third place spot. As we see a lapped rider cutting across the track. Very scary situation for the leaders. see Burns has moved up into 5th as he goes wheel tap and absolutely wads himself, getting passed by Austin Eklund. This battle for the 3rd place spot with Vial and Aaron Rockefeller is pretty heated. Saw Aaron make a little bit of a move, trying to get by on the outside, but able to block it off was Vial. As Lap Rider goes down, Rockefeller tries to make the move up the inside, but Vial able to cover it off, hitting that table on. As he makes a mistake in the corner, that's going to allow Aaron to get a drag race to the whoops, and he's going to make the pass. Vial looking inside, but Aaron able to seal off the move as he makes a mistake over the finish, jumping off the side of the track, hitting the very far inside, and still able to hold on to that 3rd place spot. Close racing out of these two. We're already 14 laps into this main event. As Rockefeller makes a mistake, tries to make a move back up the inside, but not able to make it work. Going back to Austin Eklund, who's moved up into the 4th place spot, just like the number on his plates. Aaron Rockefeller's still holding on to 5th. I'm sorry, 6th. 21 seconds back off of Austin Eklund, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch up to him by the end of this main. Makes a mistake coming out of the corner. Marcini's going to make the pass into 6th. That pushes Burns back to 7th. Then Martin up into 8th, followed by Riley Hewen in 9th, not too far back. Nathan Prin in 10th. As Carter's made the pass for the lead now. And Bloom makes a mistake coming out of the rhythm section. He's going to have to go roll to the inside. Get a lap time check with Carter. A 58.1 last lap. Compared to Bloom's 102.6. Bloom must have made a mistake pass other than just that rhythm section. As Carter's starting to find his flow around the track. Still not blazing fast like we saw in our NA series race. As Carter goes down, that's going to allow Bloom to get back by after he just got that pass for the lead. Bloom's still able to hit the rhythm somewhat clean. Rockefeller's gotten past Vial for 3rd. Eklund still in 5th. Burns battling with a lapped rider for 6th. Riley Hewen moves up into 7th. Marchini in 8th. Clint Martin still in 9th. And Prin following in 10th. Back up to the front. Bloom makes a mistake. That's going to allow Carter to close in a little bit, but not too much. Cleans up that rhythm a little bit, but comes a little inside going into the corner. Carter electing to go inside after that section. Must have made a mistake and had to single out. Looks like they've lapped into the top 10 already. The print in the background behind Carter. This is a spot where Carter is gaining a good amount of time, still going for that triple line. As he jumps underneath the lapper. Pretty scary moment for Carter. Carter makes a mistake going into the whoop section, hits the tough blocks a little bit. And we'll get ourselves a top 10 rundown real quick. Carter makes a mistake over the wall in second, Blue and Rockefeller's in third, Vial fourth, Eklund in fifth, Hugh in sixth, Burns seventh, Marchini eighth. Saunderson moves up into ninth, and Nathan Prince still in 10th. Back up to the front. As Blue makes a little bit of a mistake before the finish line. Allowing Carter to close up a little bit more. And it looks like it's going to be a dogfight between these two for the win in this main event with less than 2 minutes left to go in this race. As Blue makes a mistake and Carter runs into the back of him. Lap rider Trevor Burns also getting by. As Burns is absolutely on the gas as a lapper. Trying to make the pass on Carter. It looks like Bloom has messed up that rhythm section after the corner that he went down in again. And that's going to allow Carter to extend his lead a good amount now. As Burns puts him almost over the berm. Burns is a lapper riding really aggressive. Luckily, Carter has a very large gap to Bloom. So it didn't make a terrible difference as Carter makes a mistake coming out of the sand section. Lets the lapped rider go by, runs into his rear end and makes a slight mistake. So Bloom is going to close up a little bit more. Be curious to see if there's a protest from Carter on that. Granted, he did not lose the lead, but a lapper pretty much punting him over the berm is not too good of a thing to have happen to you. About a 7-second gap for Carter between him and Bloom. Back to Rockefeller, still holding down third, Vial fourth, Eklund fifth. Ewan moves up into sixth, Burns is in seventh. Saunderson 8th, Marchini 9th, and Prent rounding out your top 10. As Carter takes the white flag. And again, he has Trevor Burns right behind him. Seems to not want to, as he goes over the berm, does not want to give Carter an easy main event win. As Carter jumps off the side of the track, still able to save it, luckily. Doesn't look like there's going to be any changes between these two. Carter goes double, quad, double, and through the whoop section for the last time for the 450 riders. Braden Carter will take home your 450 main event win in the AU Series. Yannick Bloom going to come across in second. Aaron Rockefeller still holding down the third place spot. As Rockefeller getting taken out by a lapped rider. Still going to be able to come across in third. Vial in fourth. Austin Eckland's going to come across in fifth. Riley Hewen going down in the whoop section. Luckily for him, they've lapped up to Trevor Burns, so not going to be an issue. Hewen's going to come across in sixth place, and that's going to round out your positions as we'll go through a run-through. Carter first, Bloom second, Rockefeller third. Vial falls back to fifth. That allows Austin Eckland to move up into fourth. Hewen sixth, Burns seventh, Marchini eighth, Saunderson ninth. Print falls back to 11th as Clint Martin gets the top 10. Magnus Haastrup 12th, Brody Barton 13th. Jimenez in 14th, Williams 15th, Jarnup in 16th, Higney 17th, Mark 18th, Dale Mullins 19th, Yannick Hansen in 20th, 21st Johnny Padani, and Jake Bedford is your last place finishing position. And that will call it quits for this EMF AU replay of the 450 and 250 main events. Thank y'all for coming in and watching, even though, it's been a few days since the race happened. Work and stuff's busy, so I haven't been able to stream the entire time. Thank y'all for coming out and watching.